No, I don't need to trip out on no acid. My booze don't need nobody. Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Killers of the Flower Moon. So today's episode is on the Killers of the Flower Moon. The multiple reasons why I've chosen this one. Very good. It's a very good movie overall. I think it's something that we should all watch. It has a lot of social commentary about what's going on now. And I thought, instead of talking about vaccine conspiracies, Palestine issues, free Palestine, we wish the best for Palestine, I'll be putting links to donate to them in the description, and I'll be putting on my social medias. Also, go follow my social medias. They should be popping up here. I decided to take this on board because I think it's a good movie. I want to recommend it to people, and it's got the great social commentary. So without further ado, here we go. So Killers of the Flower Moon is a film based off a true story about the killings in Oklahoma based on the Osage community, which is a Native American tribe. They were awarded some land. That land, after a certain time, had a lot of oil, so they were very rich. Side note, they had to go speak to the bank in order to take the money out. It's never really explained in the film, but it's implied that maybe the government didn't fully trust them. Again, if I haven't said this, it's a Martin Scorsese film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr. and Lily Gladstone. I don't want to say lesser known, but she's newer. She's newer. She's newer to the scene. She's been around since 2012, so her career is quite short, especially compared to De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio. I thought I would start with a kind of character analysis of each one. I'll start with Robert De Niro's character, who is the uncle of Leonardo DiCaprio's character, who is sort of like this wise old sage that everyone goes to, everyone trusts, but very quickly within the film, you find out that he has a lot more nefarious plots and ideas. I like his character a lot. I think his portrayal of it, his performance of it is amazing. Not just because it's De Niro and he does not phone it in one bit, but also it's a good commentary on the real world villains. They hide in plain sight. They pretend to be your friend. They pretend to give support while also giving you your poison. And there's so many little moments with De Niro's character where he essentially does something, he says something good and then hands you your poison straight away. He, in one instance, says, the Ku Klux Klan, they're very bad, they're not good for the community. And then a known Klansman who says, what a nice guy. Just in moments, he will just reveal how nefarious, how terroristic he really, really is. Excellent performance by him. Then we move on to DiCaprio's character, Ernest, I believe the name was the character. Ernest falls in love with one of the Osage women, Lily Gladstone. Not to give away too much of the plot, but it's in the trailer. And Robert De Niro's character places DiCaprio's character to find someone from the Osage clan to marry them and take their land and take their money. And he plots and he schemes and he does things to essentially fast forward that. Not trying to give too much away. Spoilers, minimal spoilers. I'm really sorry about that background noise. Fucking hell. That being said, yeah, DiCaprio is really good. And something I would say about this performance, it reminds me of that scene from Tropic Thunder where they say, don't go full retard.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
Check it out. Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Count two picks, cheated cards. Autistic, sure, not retarded. You got Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded, maybe, braces on his legs, but he charmed the pants off next to him and he won a ping pong competition. That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero. Right. You know any retarded war heroes? You went full retard, man. Never go full retard. You don't buy that? Ask Sean Penn, 2001, I am Sam. Remember? Went full retard. went home empty-handed.
It's implied that DiCaprio's character is quite slow and a little bit slow. It's implied that he's slow, but the way he plays it, and he has this on his face for a long time, his face is drooped, so he looks like he's constantly in anguish. DiCaprio is one of DiCaprio's best performances, I've got to be honest with you. And that's from DiCaprio, who's played loads of great characters and had loads of great performances. So, boy, is it something special. Boy, is it something special. And I do enjoy watching it. I did enjoy watching it unfold. And I did enjoy watching the strange line that he did. And it's quite typical with Scorsese films where you have these morally obtuse characters. He's not a good guy. He's definitely a bad guy. But is he as naive as he's portraying? Is he as clueless as he's portraying? Not sure. I believe he was very much in love with Lily Gladstone's character. It's very clear that he's in love, but was he as naive? Did he not know what was in that cup? I don't know. Then we go to Lily Gladstone. By the way, it has to be said, all these performances are going to be, in my opinion, Oscar nominated. It's Oscar season, so we're here for the longer mammoths at 3 hours and 30 minutes. It is a long film. I didn't feel the runtime as much as I felt the runtime, for example, in Oppenheimer. So if Oppenheimer felt okay to you, this is even better. It is still a long film. Now back to Lily Gladstone's character. Probably the heartbeat of the film. I feel like without her, it would be very much just a period piece, and it'd be completely from the perspective of the white people, the non-Native Americans, or Osage tribe. I do think, although DiCaprio and Scorsese said they tried to do it from the perspective of people from the Native American tribe, the Osage tribe, I never bought that. I never saw that. But Lily Gladstone character brings it all together, and it's funny. The emotion builds up the more and more she gets sicker and the less she's speaking. Her use of facial expressions, eye contact, the makeup as well is fantastic, I think, because it really is a love story and how love blinds people. And I think it's a very beautiful way of showing it in her becoming more and more sick and entrusting her health to her husband, who, naively, not naively, I don't know, is making her more sick by giving her the vaccine shots, whatever you want to call it. And I think it has a great social commentary on COVID and the COVID vaccines and the anti-vaxxer. It never really takes a stance on either of it, but what it does do is show you why people are anti-vaxxers, why some people would historically be against it. It also references a lot and says in the film itself that this is like Tulsa. Tulsa is the Black Wall Street. There was a massacre in the Tulsa Black Wall Street. Again, another thing like the Osage tribe murders, very little conversation around it. I think the difference is that with the Osage tribe, is the Tulsa Black Wall Street was very much its own community, while the Osage had brought in and allowed the white community to come inside. And it was like the poison infecting it inside. It was very interesting. I don't think it's not one of my favorite Scorsese films. It's one of those Scorsese films I can see winning an Oscar. And it's commentary about COVID and the vaccines and why some people are very distrusting of government agencies and vaccines, despite everything they may be saying, because there is a historical context in which people of ethnic minorities have been abused, taken advantage of, been poisoned by people. And it's a great social commentary on the COVID vaccines. It's also a great social commentary on what's going on right now with Palestine. A community that's indigenous to the land has now become a minority to the land and been taken over. It's almost like these stuff never happened. It's almost like America has a weird relationship with ethnic cleansing and genocide. Anyway, but, and again, it does not have an opinion. It does not have a stance on it. I just like the way it gives you commentary, it gives you space to discuss these things. Does America have an unusual and uncomfortable relation with ethnic cleansing and genocide? Does it have an uncomfortable relationship with treating ethnic minorities like test dummies? And anyway, these things I find quite interesting. I think the ending, it's very in vogue, the true crime stories. The way he does it is amazing. Some people say that makes the film the ending because it's very creative, very different. At times a touch of humor to moments, and in such a serious film, in such about a real life serious matter, it adds some levity to it and some seriousness to it and some compassion to it as well. It's not even normally afforded in films in that way. So it is very good. Some of the complaints, some of the issues is to do with its lack of explanation. There's not a lot of background. If you don't know a lot about the Osage tribe and the Native Americans, you can at times feel a little bit lost and a little bit like, whoa, what's going on here? There are a lot of questions on why do the Osage tribe, the Native Americans, trust the white people so much. I think that some of that is a bit more self-explanatory. Those critics who are criticizing it, I think it's quite clear why they're trusting them. It's kind of, I don't know if it's a trust, but what happens in the film, and it might feel like a spoiler, and I'm sorry if it is, but I mean, the Native American women that marry the white men in like drones, and these white men are clearly trying to exploit them for the land and the money that they have. So people have a lot of questions as to why. I kind of think if you have any sort of understanding about ethnic minorities and self-hatred and all that kind of stuff, it's not too hard to fill in the gaps, but for some people they needed the gaps filling, and that's one of the complaints. And the big complaint is its ending. Sorry, not its ending, it's runtime. It is about 3 hours and 30 minutes. I watched it in the morning, I left in the afternoon. The second time I watched it in the afternoon, I left in the evening. It's a block. It is a block of a film. It is something that takes you on a ride, on a long ride, and it is 3 hours and 30 minutes. It is supposed to be on streaming platforms. It is supposed to be something that you can watch a bit more in your own leisure instead of in a film cinema where you're sitting there and have to be seated there for the whole time. And you can have some moments, but I think once the FBI joined the film, I don't want to give too much away again. It runs. It really, really runs, and it makes the film somewhat better. I found it better paced than something like Oppenheimer. I'm a bit torn on the time because it does have moments where you feel like, okay, let's get it moving. But at the same time, I feel like I could have watched more of it. I could have known more because a lot of the complaints was the lack of understanding, which means that it wasn't filled out. It's very much a character study of these characters and their interplay and how they relate to each other. It's far more character study. It's one of the best films I've seen this year. I still prefer Barbie though. I always give things out of 10, so what would I give it out of 10? My brain is saying 8. But it's a slog, and it is long, and you need time. And if you want something quick to watch, don't put this on. If you want something light to watch, don't put this on. But it is a pretty impressive film about a story and about something that doesn't get enough attention. It also references Tulsa, Black Wall Street. That's something, again, that doesn't get enough attention. So kudos to Scorsese, DiCaprio and De Niro and Lily Gladstone, who is a Native American. And I love the fact that they used that, and long gone are the days where Hollywood didn't use that. But at the same time, they said it was from the perspective of the Native American Osage tribe. Meh. I know they're keen, but I'm not convinced. 10 test your patience. But then I've had films that test my patience even more. I wish it was shorter. There's still more on meat on the potato that could have been put in. That being said, guys, it's not too long. There's a lot of good social commentary on it. It's something I'd recommend to watch. This is a nice quick one that I'm going to give to you lot, guys. Call this like my interlude episode. I hope you enjoy it. Go out and watch it. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you liked it. Leave a comment if you disagree with me. Leave a comment. It's fun. I'm out.